This is going to be a quick one, I think. 6:28 p.m, sunset in 12 minutes, and I've just got down to this spot here. This has kind of been like, I guess, a bit of a default spot of mine to come and shoot the past, I don't know, a few weeks or months. Ever since I got my new camera, for those who don't know, not that you should care, I picked up a Sony a7R III recently, and very gradually and timidly, I've been sort of working my way into using it in conditions like this. So, you know, shooting some seascapes where there's a bit of wind and a bit of water flying around. I've been a little bit precious with it, but you know, I know that I've got to kind of start using it properly. So I'm going to try and get a really basic seascape image here. It's not going to be anything amazing, I don't think. There is absolutely nothing happening in the sky. There is not a cloud to be seen, so it's not really going to be much, but I'm here. Let's do this thing. Really been hoping for some better conditions than this to come and shoot in. Every time I come down here, it's, yeah, I sort of think that it could be a little bit better, but what are you going to do, right? So I'm, yeah, trying to sort of strike that balance between, you know, picking a time to come out where the wind is up a little bit so that people stay away and don't get, you know, don't interrupt me doing my little bits to camera and all that kind of stuff. But then where it's calm enough that the waves aren't up too much, so I can actually work, you know, work around this area in some relative peace and quiet. Unlike now, like it's not too bad now, but it's, yeah, the wind and the waves are up just a little bit more than I'd like. All right, we've got literally seconds, minutes, no, literally seconds before the sun goes down. Just sorting out my filters. I've tried a 6-stop, which is far too long. Going for a 3-stop filter now. All right. I think I've got a shot, but there we go. It's gone. The sun's just gone down. I think I might have managed to just fire a couple of shots off with just a tiny slither of the sun just above the horizon still. So the actual composition, it's a little busy, I think. Might be a little bit too busy, but there's this one little rock. Whoa. There's this sort of one little rock that I've tried to, I don't know, highlight or focus on in the middle. And then when it's surrounded by the white water, you've got some other rocks around it, and then pretty much nothing out in the horizon. So that's sort of the idea of the composition. Little bit of colour on there. There's some green sort of seaweed or whatever it is on the rocks, so that might be nice. I should be able to bring that out a bit. With this 3-stop filter, what was it? I guess around shooting at about, I don't know, half a second up towards a second, and I'm still shooting now, so obviously the shutter times are getting a little longer. But yeah, that sort of shutter speed should be okay to catch a little bit of movement in the water. These rocks are damn sharp. I was swimming out here yesterday. It was yesterday. I was swimming out here yesterday. I sliced my foot open, and I'm worried I'm going to do the same thing. All right, that is it for that composition. While there's just a little bit of light left in the sky, there's a few other nice rocks around here. Yeah, what have I got? I don't know, 10, 15 minutes left. Just going to poke around a bit and see what else I can shoot while I'm here. You know, I'm already here. I've done all the hard work. Is it just me, or the hardest part of photography is actually getting out? Once you're out and you're here, it's easy. It's not easy, but you know, you just do it. Getting out is the hard bit. Normally I'd have something to put under my tripod legs here. Problem is that as the waves roll in, when they're on the soft sand, they just sink into the sand. They ruin your composition if you set up, and if you're in the middle of taking a shot when you've got a slightly longer exposure going, it just blurs the whole shot. So I'm gonna say I'm not as prepared tonight as I could have been, but what are you gonna do? Right, it is getting pretty dark now. I'm still shooting. The shutter speeds are sort of getting up to like, well, they were getting up to like 4, 5, 6 or more seconds. So I'm actually bumping up the ISO. I think I've bumped up to around ISO 400 at the moment, which is okay. It's just so I can keep the shutter speed a little quicker, but a couple more minutes and I'm gonna call it, I think. So when the shutter speeds do get a bit too long in shooting shots like this, you lose any definition in the water. So with a shorter shutter speed, like, I don't know, half a second or something around about there, you can still get a little bit of definition in the water, especially when you got some of that white foam that's just sort of whipping around the rocks here. When the shutter speeds are up, you know, 3, 4, 5 or more seconds, you lose that. It just turns into this big sort of milky mess, which can look all right, but yeah, for the moment, those sort of nice wispy trails of the foam on top of the water rushing past those rocks is what I'm really liking. There we go. Turns out I do have something I can use under my tripod legs. Is it dark enough yet? I think it is. I'm done. It is dark. That was fun though. That was nice and quick, but it was good fun. It's a nice little spot. Like, it's nothing too spectacular, but it's close to home, and there's a few little interesting compositions around. So yeah, it's pretty good. Did I mention it's getting dark? I did. It's so dark that I've decided I'm going to try and film this little outro on my Sony. So just swap hands. It's getting heavy. I think the low light performance is going to be better than my little vlogging camera. I'll find out soon enough. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. More content to come. Yeah, that's going to do me. Till next time, I will see you later. Cheers.